Can do no wrong on the pro MLM side, and on the anti MLM, it's like all they do is wrong. A high-level Primerica rep discounted my doTERRA business. What in the world? Well, I'm going to cover that in today's video, so stay tuned all the way to the end so you don't miss any of the juicy details. Alright, so I'm going to kind of tell a little story and then give you some lessons learned. So here we go. So basically what happened was it was my birthday, turned 33, okay, yeah. And there was an event that was hosted by a nonprofit organization and another company, and they're basically offering a free dinner at this restaurant. And I invited some local friends and family, even though it was more of like a business meeting. But I just was like, look, I haven't connected with these people in a while. Maybe this could be, knock a couple birds out with one stone, meaning develop or connect with a few different people at the same time. Hindsight 2020 maybe wasn't the best idea. Anyways, that was the context for how it all happened. And I invited a high-level Primerica rep who I've known for a few years, who I was introduced to by one of my previous customers and current customers with my doTERRA business. And we, chatted amongst other things. And one of the things he did is as I look back, he's done this a number of times because he's been in the business of Primerica for I think over 20 years, over six-figure earner. What he did was he discounted the doTERRA business opportunity, even though he never looked at the compensation plan or income disclosure statement. Because he says, the Primerica is basically a better opportunity. I have all these six-figure earners, and then, I don't know about doTERRA. I know people in doTERRA, but, some of them do well, but, yada, yada. It's just like, he was just basically downplaying doTERRA or discounting it because he's done well in Primerica, which is a common, I would call it, tactic when you just want your way, right? If you just want your way, then you have a couple options. If you want to build the biggest building in town, you can tear down all the others, or you can just build the biggest building in town. Think about that one, getting kind of deep. Then another thing that he did was he disregarded the digital sales funnel collaboration a year plus ago because his business with Primerica doesn't need it. And I only learned about that at my birthday day restaurant gathering. And so was it a bait and switch? I don't know. I think in the past we've met to talk about some type of collaboration between kind of health and wealth and, presenting people with different options with regards to their health or finances after they kind of go through a sales funnel. He was working with somebody. I never got a follow-up with him on it, nor did I reach out, but at the same time, he's the one that initiated it. But I think at the end of the day, I don't know without asking, but, you don't know people's intentions unless you ask or they tell. But it seems like based on all of our previous conversations, he just wanted a way for the Primerica opportunity to be presented more to me because he sees value in either how I communicate or how I market or what I bring to the table, and wanted maybe me to come to Primerica as a associate or distributor. And this goes into my third point. When we met at this restaurant on my birthday, he tried to recruit me multiple times and said I would do really well in Primerica this time, so I had to tell him that I don't mind being a customer of multiple MLM companies if it makes sense and I know, like, and trust the person, product, and company. There's some stuff that's got to go on there, but I'm not comfortable with being a distributor for more than one multi-level or network marketing company, i.e. doTERRA and then something else. And after I let him know that, he backed off a bit, but I can tell he was kind of like, dang. He was kind of just like, all right, I tried to discount doTERRA so that he would, look at it less and look at Primerica more. Okay, I basically, disregarded the whole sales funnel collaboration thing with health and wealth, hoping he would forget about it. No, he asked me about it. All right, well, let me just outright recruit him, just say, hey, you need to be with Primerica because, I'm successful, I have all these six-figure earners, I make this, and that. So he's kind of going with the, look how much I've accomplished, look how much money I make, look what kind of car I drive. And as I've already learned, if you make that type of money in any type of business, period, you're going to be a top income earner in the US, no less in general of distributors or associates within a network marketing company. Around $50,000 to $60,000 a year is the median household income for people in the US. And then if you make $400,000 or more, you're top 1%. So if you make $100,000 or more, it's like, I don't know, you can look up the numbers, but point I'm trying to make is, as you make more money in general, outside of a network marketing company, you become a very small part of the population in the United States when it comes to a household income. And that principle still applies to a network marketing business when you do it as a business. The more you make, the smaller percent that you make of the whole of other people in the company. Because it just, that's how the cookie crumbles, all right? What are the lessons learned, though, you may be asking? Well, I like the products that Primerica offers, especially from the auto insurance price quote standpoint, and I've been a customer in the past. And Dave Ramsey talks a lot about, you know, getting term life insurance and investing in things, and, you know, specifically maybe more mutual funds, which is pretty much the Primerica way. They say buy term and invest the rest, or invest the difference, however you want to call it. But what I didn't like is this individual, which I'm not going to mention their name because they may be watching, or somebody they know may be watching, is I didn't like this individual's persistence in trying to recruit me. But it goes to show you, you can be a six-figure earner in a network marketing company for decades, produce a lot of financial results, but still miss out on basic sales training, and I would say like relationship management training when it comes to understanding and respecting people's needs, goals, and assessing for fit, which I also covered in my WFG video. And the reason why I mentioned maintaining relationships is that he is also dating somebody, right, while he's going through a divorce, or got a divorce. I'm not sure on the time frame. I don't get into all the details and people's relationship side. I just kind of know in general what's going on. But he was getting a divorce, and he was dating my client. And so, how he handles relationships from a personal standpoint may not be the best. And the Bible talks a lot about this, right? How you are in the little things is how you are in the big things. And for me, that principle does apply a lot. Like, how we treat people should be consistent, and we should consistently treat people respectfully, professionally, try to understand their needs and goals. And if it's not a good fit, it's not a good fit. Not trying to force a square peg through a circle hole, because what it does is here's the relationship. It kind of goes down over time, because it's like, you're not respecting my needs and goals. You're just wanting your way. You're just trying to get what you want. Even though they may say, well, I've got this great business opportunity and I know you could do well, or I got this awesome product and it'll help you so much. And it's just like, how do you know? If you look at an income disclosure statement, compensation plan, and also people on your team, you'll see that the results of the six-figure earners are exceptional. That means most people, i.e. a lot of people, quit before they even get anywhere near close to those results. And that's the part of the story that he's not telling. And that's the part of the story that a lot of anti-MLMers focus way too much on. They say, well, only the top 1% of distributors or less make any real money, and the 99% of distributors lose money. And then it's just like, well, do you understand why? They don't ever mention that. Do you understand the root cause of that? Why? They don't ever explain that. Do you ever talk about the products and how they add value? They don't ever explain that. They're just like, well, they make over, exaggerated health claims or financial claims or this claims. All right, well, that's why having discernment and taking responsibility for your thoughts, words, and actions is important. Do the anti-MLMers talk about that? No, it's just, see, they don't make any money. It's just like, calm down, all right? And then on the pro-MLM or pro-network marketing side, it's almost, you can do no wrong, right? So we don't want to have this whole, like, you can do no wrong on the pro-MLM side, and on the anti-MLM, it's like all they do is wrong, right? Those are two extremes that are not going to be fully accurate. They're not going to be fully complete, and they're not going to allow you, most importantly, to come to an accurate conclusion about the product, service, or business opportunity. And that's the point I'm trying to make. And the last thing I'll just say is it kind of almost was like he was trying to wear me down, if that's even a thing, with his, hey, look at me and how much I've made statements, or look at me and how much of accomplishments I've made. And then personally, this is just in my own opinion, based on my own experiences and life in general, I want to maintain the lifestyle I've built. I left the company that I was with, which was PepsiCo, after working for them 7 years. I had savings, but I left at not making almost anything for 4 years. But what I kept was my sanity, and my stress levels went way down, even though my money also went way down. So it's like money went way down, stress levels went way down, which is really good actually, and also, my sanity went up. And so those are kind of what happened. And then over time, money's gone up, Stress is maintained, you know, relatively low. Well, definitely a lot lower than what it used to be. I mean, good night. I was at like an 8 or 9 at working for, you know, where I previously worked, and now I'm at like a 1 or 2. You know, like sometimes it gets to 3. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that I want to maintain the lifestyle I've built, not chase after money with another MLM business opportunity. I am a part of a company that I've been with since November of 2013. I was a user for the first year, kind of became like a super user. But I signed up as a wellness advocate, but I was just kind of, again, just using the products. And then after that, I just started sharing more and teaching more classes. And now, you know, it's just YouTube channel, helping people locally, one-on-one, online, and all that stuff. And I really enjoy what I do. And the stress levels are super low, and as they should be, because I would be a hypocrite if I didn't. I would be making contradictory statements if I wasn't using the products to help reduce my stress. You know what I mean? Like, that just wouldn't make any sense, right? So there's so many essential oils and products that help reduce stress that it's not even funny. Long story short, I already have a business that I'm working on from a network marketing standpoint, where basically I have to, that's a relationship building business. Like, there isn't something just driving traffic or people just automatically signing up because they landed on a page. No, I have to build relationships with people. It has to be over time, not overnight. And there's a lot of like talking to a lot of people, and it's a numbers game, and some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. I'm focusing on the some wills and the someone's waitings, and if I got to move towards people that move towards me, and if they don't, I got to talk to the next person. Whereas other businesses that I've been a part of, you know, I just may have to share a promotional code, or I'm an affiliate of, and I just got to drive traffic to a website. That's a totally different business model. It's not really a relationship with a person. It's more of just relationship with a brand and a product. This with doTERRA is a brand, a product, and a person, and a company that people have to be comfortable with before they become a wellness advocate, a wholesale customer, or even buy something retail. And you're out of sight, you're out of mind. And so we have to stay top of mind by maintaining relationships with people. And that's hard sometimes, especially when I've reached out to people a lot, know they have health priorities, know they could benefit from the products, but they just don't want to spend their money on proactive wellness solutions. They rather spend it on the toxic and synthetic stuff that they're comfortable with and they know. And I get that. I'm not judging or demonizing anyone. I'm just saying that's the challenge with any network marketing business, and I don't want to add another one to that and dilute my efforts, right? It's like, it's hard enough trying to build a business with a network marketing company, knowing all what the anti-MLM people say, only 1% of distributors make money, blah, 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 and then 99% of distributors lose money, blah, blah, blah. And so I understand that. So it wouldn't make sense for me to start another network marketing based business model with Primerica. And that's kind of what I had to explain to him, but just in a lot shorter words and a lot more nicely. But I'm just giving you the real, because that's the deal. Well, that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click the like button if you did, share this video with somebody that would benefit from it, and most importantly, check out the links in the description below. I will have Jordan Belfort's Way of the Wolf book, which talks about the straight line method of sales, which involves pre-qualifying people with questions, trying to understand their needs and their goals, and following a path that ultimately ends in a sale or a recommendation to a competitor. I know you may be thinking like, what, a competitor? Hey, if they're not going to buy with you, if you're looking out for their best interest, then hopefully they buy something that helps them, and then that purchasing decision develops some type of track record where they at least are used to purchasing from some company, and then maybe in the future they can switch over to you instead of start from scratch and buy something that they've never bought before, right? So there's more sales psychology involved with that book, but I'll have that link in the description below so you can check it out. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.